Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, let us discuss a poem by the famous Malayalam poet G.Kumara, Ethra Yadrischikam. G.Kumara is a popular Malayalam poet, essayist, lyricist and also an activist. He has written almost around 20 books. His most popular collections include Aralipookal, മരുഭൂമിയുടെ കിനാവുകൾ, ഓർമ്മയുടെ സുഗന്ധം, സപ്തസ്വരം, etc. He won the Odakural Award in 1984 for his work Saptaswaram and also the Kerala Sahitya Akademi Award in 1985. He had a unique style of writing which made him different from his contemporaries. He followed the steps of early Malayalam legends like Eruthachan, Kunjan Nambiyar, Idappalli Raghavan Pillai, etc. But soon he created a style of his own. His poems are known for the emotions and are set in natural backgrounds. He transfers his thoughts, emotions and observations into his poems. The poem Ethra Yadrischikam is in the form of a recollection or rather an introspection. The poet feels quite astonished at the turn of events in his life. He was born in Vennimala, Kottayam and was educated at SB College, Changanasheri. And later he got a job as a clerk in Bombay. But after some time he returned to Kerala to work in the Kerala Secretariat, and then later he became the professor of English at University College, Thiruvananthapuram. The poet's wife was Leela and she was also a professor at St. Joseph's College for Women, Alappuzha. In this poem, he once again looks at all these events with a touch of nostalgia. The poet begins the poem by thinking of the term coincidence or yadrishikam. He was employed at Thiruvananthapuram and in every weekend he used to travel to Alappuzha, the place where his wife was employed. It is now weekend and the poet is very much desperate to catch the bus to Alappuzha so that he can meet his wife, which evokes a kind of tenderness in his heart. He always waited for the bus at the stop near Statue Junction, Thiruvananthapuram, and he felt that the statue of Madhavarao is a mute witness to his life's journey. In the second part of the poem, the poet feels that Madhavarao, that is the statue, is smiling at him, seeing all the nervousness. In fact, he has a question for the poet, which takes him to the past. He thinks of his identity 3 decades ago, and he feels that the time has moved quickly, and he considers life as a journey. For him, everything is sheer coincidence. Whatever happened in his life, it is all just coincidence or yadrishikam. In the next part of the poem, he thinks of his birth. The poet, he thinks of his birth, which is again, according to him, is yadrishikam. He says that it is nothing but coincidence to be born as the son of Pillai and Parvati Amma, and that too with the birth star of Pooradam in the evening during the Onam days. So he considers his birth also as coincidence or yadrishikam. He then narrates the glory of the childhood days, the stories and dreams of those times of his childhood days. And then he continues his description. He then describes his next stage, that of a youngster who marries a girl, and thus his life moves to another phase. His life now changed to another phase. According to the poet, everything according to the poet is a coincidence, including concepts like birth, death, identity, different roles, and even human relationships. Everything is nothing but sheer coincidence, yadrishikam. And then the poet concludes his poem by thinking about the coming days. And then again, he repeats that everything is yadrishikam. So according to him, according to the poet, everything is sheer coincidence. What happened earlier, what will happen in future, everything will be everything what happened earlier is also yadrishikam, and what will happen in future, it is also mere sheer coincidence or yadrishikam. This particular poem, Ethra Yadrischikam, it muses on the theme of certain coincidences or yadrishikam. Life itself can be defined as an amazing concurrence of events or circumstances without ostensible connection. This poem, it is very subjective in nature, very much subjective in nature, because the poet writes about his own experiences. It is a philosophical poem which represents man's journey through different stages. It is philosophical and also at the same time simple in style. The poet considers himself as the subject of the poem. So thus the poem turns out to be autobiographical, but it leaves ample thoughts regarding humanity. So here in this poem, the poet talks about the importance, otherwise what happened in life, everything according to the poet is sheer coincidence. What happened in life, what will happen in life, everything, it is sheer coincidence or just yadrishikam. So here he describes about the yadrishikam or coincidences that happen in human beings' life. Thank you.